Hey there YouTube, Pete the Norfolk Chili Head, how you all doing? Happy Spicy Saturday, back once again with, guess what, another hot sauce review, and I'm continuing my series of reviews of Maria Pimentas sauces. These are Brazilian style hot sauces all the way from Sao Paulo in Brazil, but this one today is slightly different. This is actually a Mexican style sauce produced in Brazil. Strange, but this is their Habanero Mexican sauce, and this is what it looks like. Once again, similar bottle to the other two that I've already reviewed, but this one is, you can clearly see, quite different in colour, and definitely a traditional kind of habanero, orangey kind of colour. I've had a red one, I've had a green one, and now this is a habanero style orangey one. I can see seeds in there, and on the heat scale for this one, we've gone from Suave, we've gone through Picante, and now we're into Forte, which is their second highest, the penultimate one that they do here. So this one's going to be quite interesting. Not really sure what to expect, but if we look at the ingredients, we'll see that they are still pretty similar to the other sauces I've reviewed for them. So these are habanero chilies in here, distilled vinegar, salt, xanthan gum and spices. So really all we're going to be getting is the vinegar, the salt, the flavour and the heat of the chilies, and some spices just to probably round out the flavour a little bit. These are, as I said, vinegar based sauces, so they are quite runny, but this one does have some texture. I can see, to be fair, quite a lot of seeds in there, so it's going to be quite interesting. Not expecting masses of flavour in terms of, you know, complexity or anything like that. It's going to be a fairly simple sauce, and I'm just getting rid of this drip cap thing because we don't need that. There we go. Okay, so let's just give it a sniff. There you are. Yeah, it's got that typical habanero aroma, which is fairly sort of fruity, floral kind of aroma, which is quite pleasant. Getting the vinegar, getting the salt as well coming through, and that's pretty much it. But I think I know what this is going to taste like. It's just going to be that habanero flavour, and I'm expecting a fair bit of heat from this one. It is, like I said, second from the top on their heat scale, so it should have a bit of heat, and it's, like I say, vinegar based, so it's quite runny, so I do have to be careful when pouring this. I don't want to spill, so let's just get some more on there. I'm trying to do it very, very carefully, like I say, because it can just come flowing out very quickly, these sauces from this producer. So let's get some more on there, and that will probably do. Okay, so it's just that classic habanero smell, so without further ado, let's go. Wow, that is interesting. Let me just put the cap back on. That is interesting. The texture is not what I expected at all. It is full of chili flesh, not just the seeds but the chili flesh as well. Really, excuse me, caught the back of my throat there. Really takes over the texture. So the texture is a lot more interesting than the previous two sauces that I've reviewed for Maria Pimentas. The previous two were very just watery in the sense that they are purely vinegar based, but there wasn't really much flesh going on in there. This is absolutely full of flesh, which gives it a much more textured mouthfeel. It's also a lot hotter than the other two sauces I've reviewed from Maria Pimentas. It's got that classic habanero heat, which is taking over the whole mouth, so it's going to the tip of the tongue, back of the throat, and slightly on the roof of the mouth as well. Starting to spread around the tongue a little bit more, actually. It's a solid medium heat, this one. Solid medium heat. Flavour, it's that classic habanero flavour, so very floral, very fresh kind of habanero flavour for me. This one, it really does come through that flavour. It's not just pure heat, it's definitely the flavour of those chilies. So if you do like a very simple but classic habanero flavour in your sauces, then you'll definitely like this one. So another thing that's really interesting is that I was expecting the vinegar to be a lot stronger, but the habanero really does cut straight through there, and the vinegar is almost in the background, really, despite the fact that that's what the liquid is. So it's not quite as sharp and you know, vinegary as I was expecting. You kind of get the salt in the background, you know, but it's not overly salty. So it's a more sort of nuanced kind of sauce than the other two that I've tried from them, and it's really quite interesting. So on the heat scale, I would probably go firmly down the middle. I'd probably say about a 5 out of 10. It's a bang on solid medium heat for me, this one. And on the flavour scale, I'd probably give it about a 6 out of 10. It's the kind of sauce that, for the chili purists, the kind of people who like habanero flavour, who like that fresh chili flavour rather than complexity and lots of other flavours dominating your sauces. So it's definitely on for the chili purists, this one. So this is Maria Pimentas, a habanero Mexican hot sauce. I've got 2 more to go for Maria Pimentas, so I'll get through those soon, and I'll see you once again very soon with another review. So catch you later.